Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is December 28th, 2025, and Barcelona have won several awards at the Globe Soccer Awards. Also, a survey of the club Socis reveal that they want two players sold. I'm going to tell you who they are. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Bo. We'll begin this video with the news that several players at Barcelona have won the Globe Soccer Award. Now, if you don't know what the Globe Soccer Award is, it's an award that is looking to compete with the Ballon d'Or. It's a consolation award that was invented to console Penaldo. You know, Penaldo and his fans like to create their own happiness. So when he couldn't compete against Messi in the most prestigious individual award, the Ballon d'Or, his agent Jorge Mendes, alongside some Middle Eastern investors, decided to create this Globe Soccer Award where Penaldo wins it every year, surprisingly. But anyways, several Barcelona players have won the Globe Soccer Award, and let's look at the list of winners, because here we have the best men's player has been won by Ousmane Dembélé. No surprise there. He won the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA Best. The best women's player has been won by Aitana Bonmati. No surprise there either. She also won the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA's Best. Then we have the best men's club, won by PSG. Of course, they won a sextuple. The best women's club, won by Barcelona. No surprise there. We do have the best women team in the entire world. The best coach, given to Luis Enrique. No surprise there either. The best midfielder, Vitinha. I don't know about that. I mean, I think they're just handing out these awards because, of course, you know, PSG won everything. But you're telling me Vitinha is better than Pedri? In what world? The best forward, Lamine Yamal. And then the best immersion player, Desiree Doué. Here we go. The best Middle East player, Cristiano Penaldo. I'm sure they invented that category when he moved to Saudi. I wouldn't be surprised. Best agent, surprise, surprise, one of the founders of the competition or the awards, Jorge Mendes. Best sporting director, Luis Campos. Lamine Yamal winning the Maradona Award. Best national team, Portugal. What a surprise. Best president, Nasser Al-Khelaifi. Of course, he's PSG's president. Best comeback award, Paul Pogba. I heard he also won Best Steroids Award, but it's not here on the website. Andres Iniesta, Player Career Award. And then more awards here that don't really care about, but they do have the special award in memoriam to Diogo Jota. I thought that was a pretty cool touch. So congratulations to both Lamine Yamal, Aitana Bonmati, and of course the Barca Femini for winning these awards, and even Andres Iniesta, who won the Career Award, a Barcelona legend. Now, let's move on to the next bit of news, because we do have to talk about a survey that was conducted by Mundo Deportivo of Barcelona's Socis. Now, this survey is always conducted towards the end of the year. You know, they survey the club Socis to see how they feel about different players, the coach, the club, the president, etc., etc. And we have the results of the survey, which I'm going to be sharing with you. Some of these are pretty interesting. Some of these answers, you know, some answers are expected, but other answers I was like a little bit perplexed. So, of course, I want to hear you guys' thoughts about the results of this survey. But let's first look at on whether the Socis believe that Robert Lewandowski should be renewed during this summer transfer market. And here are the results of the survey. 59.33% say no. So almost 2/3 of the Socis don't want Lewandowski renewed. 31.66% say yes. So the other third say that Lewy should be renewed. 3.66 to say depends. And then 5.33 saying don't know or don't care, I guess. But yes, majority of the Socis don't want Lewandowski being renewed. Are you surprised by this? I wasn't. Like I've said before, I love Lewy. I think he is an absolute legend, one of the best center forwards of our generation. Very thankful that he came to Barca and helped us win the trophies that we won. But I think his time is up. Anyways, more, because the Socis were also asked Who do you want, or who do you prefer, or who's the priority to sign during this winter transfer market? And this is the results of the survey. 40% saying a number 9. So the majority of those who answered this want a 9 being signed this winter transfer market. I don't agree with that. I mean, again, we have Lewy until the summer. We have Ferran. I think we can go with the two of them until summer, and then in the summer, look for a new 9. And only 20% said a center back. Again, surprise for me. I think a center back is a bigger priority now that Christensen is out for 4 months. Araujo, we don't know where he is or what is he going to do. But anyways, these are the results. What do you guys think? There's also a right back, 90%, a left back, 6%, a midfielder, 4%. I think these 4% were drunk when they answered the survey. Do we need a midfielder this winter transfer market? Anyways, let's continue. Because speaking of 9, since the majority of the Socis don't want Lewandowski renewed, and 40% of them want a 9 being signed this winter transfer market, the question is, who do the Socis want for the number 9 position or the center forward position? This one was a little bit of a surprise for me because these are the results of the survey. 31.33% say they want Julian Alvarez as our number 9, and 26% want Haaland. What? Really? Well, sorry, this is not number 9. This is who they prefer as a signing. But really, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Julian. I think he's an incredible player. Any team would be lucky to have him. But Julian over Haaland, I don't know, man. Haaland is a true number 9. I think Haaland's numbers are a million times better than Julian. I don't agree with this. And then other Socis want, Cucurella sign, Ninguno, Schlotterbeck. Oh, Ninguno's no one. I'm so stupid. 7% they don't want anyone. They don't prefer anyone. Messi, 3%. Kane, Van Dijk, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on and on. But more Socis want the signing of Julian over Haaland. That one was a surprise to me. Now, this is a big one. Who do the Socis believe is the best player at Barcelona for the 2025 calendar year? And these are the results of the survey, with 43.66% saying Pedri as the best player of 2025. Second place, 39.33% for Rafinha. And then Lamine Yamal in third place with 11.33%. And then there's Cubarsí, Joan Garcia, Casado. I don't know or don't care, I guess. But Pedri, I agree 100%. I think I've always said it, I think he's the most important player of our squad. So I do agree. What I'm very surprised is the distance. I thought these 3 would be a lot closer. Pedri, Rafinha, Lamine. I thought the gap would be a lot closer. But Pedri, 43%, Lamine, only 11%. That one was a surprise to me. The gap between Pedri and Rafinha, 43% versus 39%, that makes more sense. But Lamine all the way down to 11%, I would have thought it would be like, I don't know, Pedri 32%, Rafinha 31%, Lamine 30% or something like that. But this is a huge gap between Pedri and Lamine. But nonetheless, I do agree, Pedri, the best player of 2025. Now, as far as Barcelona signings, Joan Garcia, Marcus Rashford, Rooney Bardarji, the Socis were asked to give him a score. Joan Garcia getting 8.89 score out of 10, with most of the Socis, 38% of them, giving him a 9. I would give him a 9. I think Joan Garcia has been wonderful. I wouldn't give him a 10 because he was out for a while, but a 9 I think would be a good score. Marcus Rashford getting a 7.12 out of 10, with most of the Socis, 37% giving him an 8, 34% giving him a 7. I would give him a 7. I don't know what you guys think. And finally, Rooney Bardarji, a 6.88, with the majority of the Socis giving him a 38.3%, and then 32% giving him 6 out of 10. I would give him 6.5, maybe 7. Not because I don't think he's good enough. It's just we haven't seen enough. So, but let me know what kind of score you guys would give these 3 players. And let's move on to the next result of the survey, because now that we've talked about players, who's the best player? Pedri. Now, what about Flick? How is he doing? Or at least how do the Socis think he's doing? And this is the result of the survey, where the Socis have given Flick an 8.76 score out of 10, with the majority of them, 36%, giving him a 9, and then 31% giving him 8. I would give him a 9, not a 10 like 24% did, because he didn't win the Champions League. So I think a 9 would be fair. And then the Socis were asked, what is the title that's the most likely that Barcelona could win, or and 60% believe it's La Liga, 24% believe all of them. Pretty interesting. Now, more results, because now we've talked about the best player, Pedri, how Flick is doing. How about the president? How is John Laporta doing? But these are the result of the survey of what people think of John Laporta in the economic area. They've given him a 5.7 with like 60% giving him an 8. I would give him a 5 or a 6. I think financially speaking, we might have improved a little bit, but not a lot. The debt has actually grown from 1.3 to 1.4 billion euros. And we've been operating at a loss since Laporta became president, where we're spending more than we're bringing in. Now, he has done good things, of course. He signed new sponsorships. He decreased the spending, but we're still not out of the hole. In the sporting area, a 7.09, with a lot of the Socis giving him an 8. And then in the social area, a 5.67, with a lot of the Socis giving him a 5. I think I agree with this. Maybe in the sporting area, I would give him a 7.5. But I think I agree with these. But of course, I want to hear what you guys think. And of course, speaking of Laporta, we do have an election coming up. And the Socis were asked, when do you want the election to be held? And these are the results of the survey. See, 70% said they want the elections held at the end of the season in June, once the season is over. 17.66 say as soon as possible, starting March 15. And then 2.66, they didn't answer. Now, on one hand, I do agree that after the season's over, because there's no distractions, and then the club can just focus on the season. But on the other hand, I have a feeling that if at the end of the season, it happens at the end of the season, the voting is going to be mostly influenced by how the team does. If the team does great, Laporta gets elected. If the team does bad, Laporta gets loses re-election. And I don't think that should be the only measure. You can't just vote based on how the team does. I mean, we're talking about a club. It's a multi-billion-dollar organization, global organization. We have to look at everything, not just how the team does. Anyways, more results, because Messi, the Socis were asked, how should we honor Messi? And this is what the Socis answered. 49.33% said they want a tribute to Messi when the stadium is completely full. And 27.66% said statue. 10% said they want to name the stadium after him. 8.33% said other ideas. So my question to you is, what do you think? Statue or the winner, which is a tribute once the stadium is over? Let me know in the comment section. And finally, the last result is, and this is the big one, who the Socis want out of the club, want to be sold during this summer transfer market. And these are the results. 0.33%, they want Eddie Garcia. So that's too small of a percentage to really matter. Rafinha, really? Rafinha and Eddie Garcia, they're performing amazing. 0.66 say Lamine. Really? Cubarsí? Really? Almost 0.33%. I thought this would have been a higher number since the guy has played like 2 out of 100 matches because the other 98 matches he was injured. Wojciech Szczesny, 0.66. This was a surprise to me too. It's the guy has said it time and time again. He doesn't even care about playing anymore. 2%. Nobody. Lewy, 2.33%. I don't know how you would transfer Lewy in the summer if his contract is expired. Kunde, 2.66. Ferran, 6.33%. Ter Stegen, 13.66. And then here, number 1, Frenkie de Jong, and number 2, Ronald Araujo. These are the 2 players that the Socis want out of the club. And I think I agree with both, because de Jong, as I've said multiple times, he's been at the club, 6-7 years. We paid close to 100 million euros once you factor into variables for his transfer fee. Paid probably another 200 in his salary for a player that at most has been inconsistent. And then Ronald Araujo, it's Ronald Araujo. What's there to say? Anyways, that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what your thoughts are about this survey. How would you have answered the survey down below in the comment section? I will be posting another video in a few moments, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, be scarce.